4 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning to St. Kitts Nevis. Good morning to AZ.
Hey, good morning
We
to everybody.
are Island Tea.
Yes, we're here
What's
this
up?
morning. I'm good. How are you doing?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
After all of that, when you
Go
say
ahead.
all of that, I expected when I said, how are you doing? It's going to be a long sentence. You give this
No.
grand introduction. And
No.
then when I ask, so how are you?
'Cause that-
I'm all right.
That's a radio works. You know?
I see.
You gotta be. I'm all right. That sums it up. I mean,
Yeah, I
you
know that is fine.
You know,
that is fine.
you know,
But
mhm.
based on what you said before, I thought you going in,
You
you
thought-
know,
you thought I
two
was-
sentences,
you
three sentences.
Thought I was gonna itemize breakfast and exactly the color of my underwear and all that.
Oh,
right?
no.
Okay.
I
All
thought
right,
you
just
were
checking.
going to say, I am having a super day. I came here. I am pumped. I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm able. After that
Oh,
introduction, I thought
That
that's
goes
what
without
you-
saying, so I don't have to say it.
I see. So I have a quote here by John Lennon, and I was looking for quotes as it pertains to freedom and independence, because this is all the theme for September: independence, freedom.
John Lennon is that? Oh,
John
okay.
Lennon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you know John Lennon, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm making sure. I
Mhm.
know you know him. So he says, "Tame birds sing of freedom while birds fly. Tame birds sing of freedom while birds fly."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why him and McCartney. That's why him and McCartney are considered such great songwriters, because
Yes.
you realize how profound but simple that is.
Yeah, it is. I said, I was looking at a number of them, and I said, what? This one here, simple, but it has so many different meanings when you look at it, when you actually analyze, when you visualize what is being said, because you may have a choir of birds and they're singing and they have to be in order and everything. And so he's wondering is whether or not these birds really free, whereas the birds that have their independence, they're just flying away.
She's
Flying
cracking
away.
She's not even seated properly, and she's cracking me
flying
up
away.
already.
I know she's here. And she said,
And pumped.
yeah.
Yes.
And what else was it, Jamster?
And she's,
Pumped and happy to be here.
and,
And
Thank you. You were listening and you have
and
what?
here's the thing though. Here's the thing, because she knows I'm coming with a burn now. Here's the thing.
try your best.
She is the canary. So if she's pumped, everybody else is pumped.
You better be pumped.
And she's wearing canary yellow.
Sunshine.
Canary yellow she's wearing.
Why can't it be sunshine?
That's nice though.
Thank you.
Sunshine, no.
I know
sunshine,
you like it.
I
sunshine
like
is
the
more-
color, Jam. So you do not talk anything ill of that color. She came in
no.
here glowing from head to toe. She came in here glowing.
For real, for real.
I love
Oh my
the
goodness.
bright yellow that you're wearing. It is really shining. Even your headphones, the little
You're
things.
not even biased, are you?
I know.
It's not.
She's trying to butter you up today.
No,
Trying to ingratiate herself today.
No,
Wearing
I want to
yellow.
start off on a high because I'm going to present a cool burn after.
Oh boy, who's this burn for?
Check the live chat.
Let me get my flak jacket. Man.
Is it, as the young people say, is it going to be lit?
About to be.
Oh. So,
Carry on with
I
your
know.
quote. I'll slip in after.
that's fine. So,
So
you-
chatting with Facebook or YouTube?
No, Jam, sir. look at the little
Our
chat,
chat,
that we
like
have.
the three of us.
That.
He
Okay.
never looks in it. He
Apparently.
keeps
No, that's not
sending
true.
things.
That's
I
not
message
true.
him
That-
since, like,
that is
God
not
make
true.
morning.
That is not true.
The morning has broken, and he still
Jamster.
hasn't looked.
No, I'm looking. That's what I'm looking at now.
I know now.
Yeah.
So, pleasant morning. And as we were saying, it's all about independence. It's all about freedom, And the quote, tame birds sing of freedom while birds fly. And I know you came in here with your popping yellow. And I see you have your independence lecture
Let
series
me
booklet.
tell you. Can you say lit one more time?
I see. And she's energized.
Let me tell you.
You
Good
know-
morning, Miss Psyche. Hit it out of the park, Southwell. This lecture was, if you miss this lecture, you miss half your life. I left there feeling so inspired, hyped, energized, all that good stuff. Like that there was hope for the future. Like we're going somewhere, we're getting somewhere. And I remember yesterday, and you know, the funny thing is, yesterday I said the lecture the day before by Sir Kennedy spoke about the past and the way to get there.
And the way we got there.
We got there, right? You know, the journey, the road. Yeah.
Yes.
The road to independence.
The road to independence.
And when Psyche was here yesterday, I said, okay, so we learned about the past the day before, and now we're hoping that you propel us into the future. Well, hello. Delivered. I am so sorry I didn't take more people to the lecture with me. It was full. They had a lot of school children there, even from Nevis. The premier of Nevis and his wife were there, and a bunch of school children from Nevis. And let me tell you, so the first thing that impressed me, so I brought the program just for you guys to see.
Yes.
There's only one man on this program, and that was the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, the Prime Minister. The entire program was presented by women. And I was so happy to see that. So the chairperson was Miss Candisie Levine, and we know her because she's been here in our studios with us before, leading the constituency empowerment office. She was amazing. And I've always said this, like the first time I met her, I found she was very astute, loquacious, articulate.
I remember the name, but I don't remember the face. But yeah, I remember we did have some.
So I was really impressed with the way she carried out the proceedings. And then we had Miss Tiana Bori, who was supposed to come see us as well, but because of a scheduling conflict, so she did the prayer. And then we had Mrs. Patricia Martin, who happened to be a school teacher of mine and also a school teacher of Psyche, Dr. Patrick Martin's wife, right? And so she introduced Psyche, and then Psyche gave this mind-blowing presentation, short to the point, but chef's kiss. And then we had a response by the Honorable Dr. Joyelle Clark. She headed out to the park. So I'm sitting there with my whole little, you know, slightly feminist self, like beaming from ear to ear, like, oh my God, it's a bunch of women and we're killing it. It's a bunch of Black Caribbean women and we're killing it. Like, it was a very, very enjoyable presentation. And then we had the reigning talented teen give the vote of thanks. Like, what more could you ask for? But I brought this to show off.
What school was she from?
Virchals.
Virchals, okay.
So she only had 4 points. Remember, she told us there were just going to be 4 points. And so the first one was, let our size be our strength. Because, you know, we always say, oh, we small, but we tall. But do we really embrace that? Because if we were as big as some of the other countries, would we have been able to accomplish some of the things that we've accomplished?
True.
So let size be our strength. Fashion new identities. So we don't have to live in the old rhetoric of what they thought we could be. Because, you know, she said when she was in school, there were only like 3 careers that were really being pushed and that were open. And you spoke about that before, Jamster. So you either had to go work in a bank, be a doctor, or be a lawyer. So because of what she wanted to do, naturally, when she finished school, she went to work at ECCB, but she didn't stay there. So she has been a professor. She is currently a fashion blogger, and sis has made millions off of this. She is a software engineer. She is not only our speaker, but then she described some of the software that she created for hospitals. So she works with hospitals.
Those fascinated me. And what I wasn't there in person, but I did listen to the lecture after. And being on that point, what fascinated me and what I took out for that point is that, you know, persons are going to define you, but you don't have to stay within the parameters in which they define you.
You can break them all. You can break them all.
About how long was the lecture?
30, 40 minutes. It was short, but so impactful. The third one was embrace high-tech problem solving. And so, of course, that's where she spoke about the equipment and the software engineering. And, of course, stuff that we can implement here.
And even in that presentation, she spoke about, you know, sometimes you go to a hospital and you go in for a minor thing. And then because of the sanitation and what's not, you leave the or you don't leave at all.
Yes.
And what was really telling for me is the fact that the technology in which she used the technology, she
Impressive.
she applied the technology. And imagine somebody here from St. Kitts and Nevis, when she said that she saved, the hospital said that she saved up to 10,000 hours. Yeah.
But wait, hold on. It's not only that impressed me. She did not study computer science, like as the persons in that field, because my little sister studied computer science. She was like, oh, so she broke into the system. She broke into technology, as in, she didn't study it for 4 years like she did. She said it was a pivot, and it was something that she tapped into, like COVID
Yes.
happens, stuff happens, you kind of got to pivot.
You have time on your hands.
She's
kinda.
also a photographer, because from doing her fashion blog, she started doing photography. Guess who's one of her biggest clients? Marriott Global. Like,
cool.
hello? What?
And I remember she said that she realized that there weren't, magazines, and so depicting her image, the
Yes.
kink of the hair and stuff like
Yes.
that. And so she said she's going to, change that. And then afterwards, the magazines came to her. Rather
Let
than
me
she
tell
having
you,
to go
I'm
to them.
sitting there like a proud parent. And she's older than I am.
You know-
I knew her from school, but I'm sitting there like, wow.
One of the things I wanted to reference yesterday, but I didn't because of time, because you guys had wrapped up, and I figured I did. But I need to say it now. She seems like she's a Renaissance woman, like her
Yes.
grandfather.
Yeah.
Her
So
grandfather was a
it's
Renaissance
funny you
man
say
himself.
that. I didn't find out until last night that her name is C.A. Psyche Southwell. Guess what the C stands for? Oh, wait for it.
Oh, what's it?
From her grandfather.
Candice.
Oh.
I was like,
okay.
oh, so it's a candy thing.
So-
I did not know her name was Candice. I did not know
Yeah.
that was her first name.
Also CAP, CA Psyche.
Right,
CA
right.
Paul.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I was like,
Yeah.
no way. So when she said that in her tweet, I was like, what? Eureka.
So it's Psyche, CAP, Southwell.
Yeah.
N-
No,
yes,
Psyche, yeah.
C-A-P,
So, remember P,
Psyche. So
Psyche.
she goes as
CAP
Psyche.
Southwell.
Right, but
And
her
then
first
that's
name,
CAP.
grandfather
Yes.
is CAP Southwell. But he used to do.
Oh,
Candice Psyche
Yeah.
Southwell.
Yeah.
Candice.
He used to. Mr. Saltwell used to, from what I was told, used to do. They used to have plays up in front of the, like Shakespeare plays. He was the actor, and they do Shakespeare plays up in front of the high school. The eastern area, right in front of the steps. Apparently, they used to put a stage there, and they used to have Shakespeare plays.
wow.
And yeah,
But that when she said that, I was like, wow, power in a name. It really matters what you name
Yeah.
your children.
yeah.
Right? And then her last point was look back and move forward. And that I was like, yes, we had the lecture the night before
Yeah.
on where we came from.
Renaissance
Tonight
woman for
we're
sure.
moving forward. She hit it out the park. Like everybody in there, I can tell you, was touched. They were inspired. And then she opened the floor for questions, and the school children could not get enough of it. It's like,
Also, they ask questions.
what?
They did.
They had to cut it off at a point. I was like, well, okay then. But that's impressive because that means they were listening.
And they were engaged. Yeah.
Yes, it means they were listening because
That's why I asked if they asked questions, because I was like,
Yes,
oh,
Let me tell you.
I was
did
like,
ask
she's gonna tell me
questions.
they weren't listening. Okay,
And they
but
were,
good, but that's good.
there were a number of questions asked.
so
after the
how much do you love me?
presentation. Are you going to give me that book?
I brought one for you.
Oh my God! Oh,
Here you go.
thank you.
Yes, I picked up one. I was like, you know what? Azard gonna want one, so I brought one for you.
And you know what I love about this is the fact that the presentation is in this. At
Yes.
least you have the keynote.
And I wanted
really?
to keep it.
Oh, it's
well,
in there.
it's not the
Yes.
entire, but
Oh, but
it's
just maybe an excerpt.
yes, but
okay.
it's good.
No,
Oh,
I think that's
Is that-
that's the entire speech.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
the
all
entire-
her 4 points there.
Oh wow! It
Yeah.
actually looked
Because I started taking out pictures as she put
Uh-huh.
up the points because I wanted to talk about it this morning. And then when I walked out, they had a table full of them, and I was like, let me snag 2 before I don't get any at all.
Oh, because listening to her, it seemed. I
Seems
can't
like it
believe-
was longer.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
You guys said it was at Kuna, right?
No, the
Marriott.
It was at the
Marriott.
Marriott Ballroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
so I left there hyped, right? So, well, first of all, going up the steps, I fell, right? So I'm sitting in the, I put my hand out to stop the fall, and I'm sitting in there, and I'm like, God, I just want to go home and ice my hand. But I was so intrigued, and I sat next to Carla. Good morning, Carla. and we had a nice little, chit chat before the thing started and during the thing. And I was sitting in an area with a bunch of older women. And it's fun to hear their comments, right? Because you know them already. They're going to make their little comments. But listen, I was impressed with the turnout. I was impressed with the presentation, the audience. Everything was on point. And I'm so glad that I went, because when I got home, I was not feeling 100. I was like, nope, you're not going to do this tonight. Not tonight. I already missed one the night before. I'm going. I don't care what happens.
I actually thought, I said, I wonder if Candy's going to make it to this lecture tonight.
Let me tell you, the struggle was real, but I made it, and I'm so happy that I got to see it in real time. Because, even though you look at it on streaming, it's just not the same. I even went back to see if I could find her. I was like, I wonder if she could autograph this program for me, but I couldn't find her. But I would love to, have another interview with her, because I just feel like yesterday morning flew by so fast. I was like, good thing I got that picture, because she's my new Shiro. No, I am definitely, as a friend of mine said, fangirling. I really was impressed with her presentation last night. So if you missed it, see if you can get a copy of the booklet.
Yes.
See if you can get a copy of the recording, because of course they would have recorded it, because it was the 25th lecture. So that's another significant year. It's been 25 years. I think Dr. Douglas started it.
Yes, Dr. Douglas.
So,
Honorable Dr. Douglas
right.
started it.
So it's in its 25th year, and this is for our 40th independence. And I think they couldn't have chosen a better person, because one of the things, the most important thing that she highlighted was the way forward, and that's with technology. And let me just pivot to the other section now. So one of the children one of the students, came up and they asked about whether we could use technology or AI to solve crimes. Well, let me tell you. So we have technology in SyncKits, and we have technology to solve crimes and help, but I think it's the personnel. The personnel are the persons that are going to have us lagging behind. They're the persons in the positions to solve crime and to make this country better. Unfortunately, some of them are the same persons that are pulling this country down. So I got to Marriott at 6:45. You remember they said we had to be seated at 6:45. So there was a bunch of trucks in front of me. I got there at exactly 6:45. I got the very last parking all the way to the back by the basketball court. So there's a fence on one side of me and there's a large caravan on the other side, but I got the last parking. I'm like, whew, hallelujah. Get out, park the car, gone up. Lecture finishes. I get downstairs about 9:45. Tell me why there's a car parked diagonally behind me. So it's not straight behind so I can inch out. It's diagonal. How in God's name am I going to get out? Because there's a fence on one side and a caravan on the other side. So I'm like, okay, let me give them a few minutes because the lecture is finished. You know, hopefully they're coming down. 10 minutes pass, nobody comes down. 15 minutes, nobody comes down. I'm like, okay, let me go back and see if I can find a police officer because I know they can put the license plate number in their phone and your license comes up, a number to contact the person comes up, and a picture comes up. I've seen them do this several times before. So I go back, there's no police officer. I'm like, oh, think. So I call the police station because, you know, Frigate Bay Police Station is right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I call the Frigate Bay Police Station. Now this is like 10 o'clock. So the girl goes, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to track it or call the person. So you're going to have to call Marriott. So I'm like, ma'am, I know you guys have the technology. I don't want it to be a major issue. Can you just call the person, ask them to reverse? Just go back a little bit. I can come out. That can be the end of it. I don't know if the person is staying here or if they're at the lecture, but I'd like to go home. It's 10 o'clock. I won't be able to do that. You're going to have to call Marriott. I call Marriott. So I could speak to the security. So they're like, well, we can't even tow it or anything like that. The best bet would be to call Frigate Bay Police Station so they can call the person. So everybody knows this technology exists, right? Call the person and ask the person to come and move the car.
Which you had just done.
Which I had just done. So I said, sir, I absolutely just did that. Like I actually called them before I called you because I figured the police has a higher hand. He goes, oh gosh, okay, let me walk across. So guy leaves Marriott, walks across the road to the police station. She tells him, there's nothing I can do. it's on your property, so you're gonna have to find the person and get them to move the vehicle. What? So what happened to protect and serve? What happened to being there for persons? You don't even know. And the thing that upset me the most is the inconsiderate parking of the person. What if there was an emergency and I needed to get out? Because I actually stood in that parking lot for 45 minutes trying to get into my car so I can go home. I'm the only person in the parking lot. It's all the way to the back of Marriott. So it's dimly lit. Everybody coming and going. And people actually came and they were like, oh gosh, you really can't get out. Because let me tell you, the only other option was to hit that car or scratch mine because of how inconsiderate the person had parked. So fine. The guy comes back. He goes to Marriott's casino looking for the person. The person is not there. Goes to the lobby bar. The person is not there. Goes to the the pizza area. The person is not there. So he calls me back. He says, ma'am, I really don't know what else to tell you except to call the headquarters, the one downtown. Get them to run it for you and call the person. So I call the headquarters. All this time I'm standing trying to get in my car to leave, right? By the time she hears that I'm in Frigate Bay, she transfers me to Frigate Bay. She doesn't listen to anything else I'm saying because I wanted to get like an inspector or somebody because the girl in Frigate Bay is saying she can't go into the system. Well, wouldn't you know it? Somebody in the gym saw me, called their police friend who was able to run the plates and call the owner of the car, who then says, I'll be there in about 2 to 5 minutes. Oh, no, not because you're blocking me in since God knows what, but take your sweet time. So the person finally comes. Guess who the person is? A police sergeant that has parked diagonally, blocking me from coming out. And in my head, I'm like, if this was a civilian, it would have been a completely different story. Like, why, how, in what thinking is this common sense to you? Like, why would you park like that? So, but this is not it. She comes down and she's more annoyed than me. So she passed me, right? And I'm standing up there on my car waiting.
When you say she,
it's
who
a
you
female.
mean?
The police sergeant.
Oh.
So she passed me, right? So her son now, he's like, you could see like he's probably like in his late teens, maybe 19, maybe 20. He goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry we're blocking you in. So in my head, I'm like, so you're the parent, you passed me. You're the driver, you passed me. At that point, I'm like, well, what gave it away? Because I've been standing here for 45 minutes. Like, why would you park like this in the first place? So then she comes to me and she says, why didn't you just call the police and let them call me? So I burst out one big laughter. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Did you see me on the phone when you came here? I was just talking to your colleague in the Frigate Bay station, and she's yet again telling me that she cannot run the numbers. So she goes, this is why I just can't deal with this sometimes. Why is she lying? Even island constables are able to go into the system and trace the number. I'm like, are you serious? She comes over to me, takes out her phone, opens up the app, puts in her license plate. Her face comes up, her license information comes up, and her number. She was like, all she had to do was call me because I knew I was parked badly. I could have come and moved the car so that you could get out because I was upstairs waiting. My son wanted to speak to the lecturer. I'm like, no, ma'am, you cannot be serious. She was like, yeah, why didn't she just run the plates and call me? But what she didn't know is that somebody had already told me that they called her and asked her to come move her car, and she took her sweet time. This is why nothing can go right in this country.
The plot thickens.
We have the technology. It's the people that are in place to implement the technology to solve the crimes, to make life easier, that are not using it. This is like absolutely ridiculous. I'm telling you, like when I got home, I was so riled up, it took me at least 3 hours to go to sleep. Because I'm just thinking, like, what if that was an emergency? I would have been stuck there for 45 minutes, God knows how long. Because what if she had stayed there talking to Psyche for 20, 30 minutes? That's what I asked the woman. I said, ma'am, are you telling me I have to sleep in my car? Are you telling me that I have to stand in this parking lot here? What if somebody comes and attacks me? What if I get raped? I'm telling you, I am a single female standing up in a dimly lit parking lot, and you are telling me that you can't call somebody. Let's say you can't access the system. Can't you call a superior to ask them to access the system? Sis couldn't be bothered. She could not be bothered. This is why things going wrong in the country. We speak about customer service, and I'm always there, rallying and chanting for the police, because I'm thinking like they're overwhelmed. There's a lot of, because we're at number 21 for murders.
Yes.
How are we going to solve crime if this is the approach? They're the ones committing the infractions, and then they're the ones that don't want to help you. I couldn't believe when she came and she said to me, oh, she could have already checked it and called me, and I would have moved my car.
But at the same time, too, I am thinking that you are aware that you blocked someone in. You're aware
The
that
lecture is finished.
You are to
come and move your car.
Yeah,
and if you want, you can go back, because she could have left her son there to wait for Psyche and come and move her car, because you know that you parked like trash.
And then in the same instance, you try to seek relief from the police station, and it's as though they can't be bothered.
No. She's like, I can't get into the system.
Wow.
What? We have a call?
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, caller.
Hello, caller. Go right ahead.
Are our lines acting crazy again?
Okay, let's hope they call back.
Okay,
It's just so disappointing, because we literally just came. Dr. Drew was there. Dr. Drew spoke about implementing technology, about the laptop program. All the children in the audience spoke about AI and technology. One asked about solving crimes, one asked about cooking, one asked about being a blogger. So we are trying to move forward. 40 years of independence. We're trying to move forward, and we're trying to do it in a modern world. You sit in there, you can easily trace the number and call the person, but you can't be bothered.
And call as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Caller, go right ahead. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Oh my goodness, don't tell me our lines are acting crazy.
From
That's so disappointing.
Hello, caller from another dimension. No? Okay.
Because, I haven't heard from a couple of our regular callers in a few weeks now. Well, a week, maybe.
Someone
maybe
said,
because of the island.
Jamsa sent a thing, said that somebody said, good morning, tell your female co-host that concerning the vehicle problem she had last night, she should get the number for at least two very
Speaking to the mic.
Oh, she should get the number for at least two very senior officers for the future use.
I mean, but it was late. It was like 10 o'clock, right? Hello?
Hey, caller. Hello, caller. Hello. Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But as it relates to the traffic department as well, I remember because where I work, there's a reserved spot there as well, and sometimes people park in that too, and it might sound simple, but it creates an inconvenience when I have appointments and stuff, and I have to therefore divert or go somewhere else when my intention thought is to get there at that time so I could get stuff done.
If you have a court matter, you need to pull out or you need to run to your office. And the thing is, you are entitled to that. You're paying your rent, and it is agreed that this is your spot, but you can't access your spot. It happens to me every day at my office.
One time I called the traffic department, to do the same thing. And the police didn't seem very concerned or very bothered. In fact, this was one of many times. So it's not the general atmosphere. It's not the general attitude. But for at one time, the person told me or asked, "You sure it's not someone in the office who parked there?" And I'm thinking
that would be the first thing I would check before calling you.
And I would know the vehicles or persons who are in the same office, and I would have asked before I even called. So I was like, oh gosh. So even though it's not the same magnitude in which you speak, I could somewhat relate to what you.
The frustration is real all around. It's just insane to me. It is the nonchalant behavior. So I said to her, okay, so are you saying that if I got raped, you guys wouldn't be able to come over here? Or if somebody broke the car, that's
the insane thing to me.
There was a robbery in the same area, are you saying you wouldn't be able to assist?
This is the thing that insane. I mean, she's
Why we have to wait?
She's doubling down, saying, "Oh, I can't help you, mom." So
and then her colleague comes and shows me that she can. I'm trying to figure out like.
So why? So what is she doing? What is she sitting there doing?
I would love to know. It is just insane to me.
And the point you made, even if she doesn't know how to work the system, at least you will be able to call someone who probably does,
'Cause
or call to.
It makes too much sense. Because I called her back, you know.
And the precinct is open, right?
It's
not
open. They can't close. They're right across the road. And that's the next thing. I'm like, well, what if she's a police sergeant? Why didn't she just go park at the police station and cross the road? Like, why park at this crazy, I sent you the picture.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
park like that? You could have just parked at the police station and crossed the road. You block somebody in intentionally?
And then the hours and night, you know, you contemplate that it's a working day. You'll already had a full working day. You'll have been at the lecture. You'll have sat down for about 3 hours.
You see me
'cause
coming
said-
here late this morning?
and
I am
then-
tired.
So I could understand.
I was so annoyed because I felt like, is this where we really at? What if something had happened? So are you telling me if I had gotten attacked and I was calling you and telling you the person drive off in this car, you can't track the number and you can't send the police after it? So, because when I called her back the second time, I said, well, ma'am, can you call somebody that is able to access the system and ask them to just tell the person to come and move the car? Like, okay, fine, you don't have the access, which according to her colleague is a lie. But, you know, I am taking it for what you say it is. You don't have the access. Can you call somebody that has the access?
Hey, caller, are you there? Hello? Yeah, well, I guess we
Yeah,
still...
our lines are
And you know,
acting crazy.
and the funny thing is, you can hear the line noise, and
yeah, I'm hearing it.
you even heard a little crunch when I spoke
Yeah.
there. So there's something wrong with the duplexing, I think.
Oh, maybe they can log in and make a comment on the live stream so we can read it.
Wow.
But it was so disappointing. And I even gave her that scenario. I said, what if I get raped? Like, what happens if I get attacked? So if somebody breaks this car window, are you saying that you're not able to do anything? Like, your hands can't be tied. This is madness. And it's not a good look.
But then what I find kind of snaky is what you said about when she's there talking to you and she's seeming she's seeming slightly outraged at
The girl
the
didn't
girl.
call her. Why
But
you
at the
parked
same-
there in the first place?
But at the same time, yeah, that. But at the same time, you said someone told you that
They called her.
they called her and
Yeah.
she took her own sweet time.
Yeah, she was like, I'll be there in 2 to 5 minutes. What? You already know that you parked bad, and this is, this
So
is another.
the son was more contrite than
Yeah,
she
the
was.
son came to me and he said, oh my God, I'm sorry, are we blocking you in? I couldn't even lash out at the child because it's like, your mother just passed me.
Yeah.
She's the one driving.
Let's try to say, caller, hello. Island T, hello. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like something is wrong with the.
We have to get them
duplexing.
to come in.
When I was in university, right? Which teacher was that? Telecoms? Which professor was it? Well, so we learned about how phone systems work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I think is happening here is something called half duplex and full duplex. You ever notice sometimes you're on a phone call and you're talking to someone, you can hear them but they can't hear you?
Yes.
That's because there's
One of the duplexes acting.
it's a duplex problem, meaning full duplex is when you and the other person can talk at the same time and you can hear both. So sometimes you can actually be talking to the person, they're hearing you, but when they talk back to you, they can't hear you.
Oh,
Because one
is down.
one
Well, at least you know what to tell the phone company
yeah.
when they come in.
well, they
Thank
know.
heavens you
They know,
understand it.
they know. And I remember thinking, why do I need to know all this about music? But then I understand now.
See, exactly.
Well, I figured that out a long time ago that,
Oh.
yeah, boy, it's good to know all that stuff.
Feedback
But,
is important. Feedback is definitely important.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
So
Hello, Alan T?
Yes, good. Yes,
Oh,
good morning.
finally.
Good morning, man.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Mhm. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
What's the temperature
Good
like?
morning, man. Actually,
What's the temperature like
yeah, I
up there?
noticed you guys are having a little bit of difficulty there, so I said, let me try to get in.
Ah,
Take up that space. You know what I mean?
thanks.
So which number did you call?
The
Oh,
US.
the US
He's
one.
from the
yeah,
US,
the
yeah.
US ones.
Mhm.
There.
So those are
Yeah.
working fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. That's correct.
Mhm.
So, I didn't really catch the gist of the co-host, the lady, and it seems like you had an incident last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my taking away from what you're saying, it seems like you had an incident last night and you didn't have the cooperation and the communication to get that situation taken care of.
Right.
And then coming out of the lecture series that was last night,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope the people in the higher ups are taking away what they should take away from that event last night. You know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of people complaining about effectiveness and customer service and those type of different things. Like me, I have labeled those type of things intangibles. You know what I mean? These intangibles are sometimes more important than tangible stuff. You know, the Prime Minister himself can't be effective unless his departments them under him, the PSs in those departments are making sure these departments are running good and they're effective. You know what I mean? You know, the lady that was talking last night, is her first name Psyche?
Apparently her first name is Candice, but if she goes by Psyche Southwell, C.A. Paul Southwell's granddaughter.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there for everybody to know this so people can get to start knowing who I am. My name is Burroughs Jones, and I'm from Cotton Ground, Nevis, and I'm an offspring of the Sargent family. My mother's a sergeant. You know, the cricketers them from Nevis, from Cotton Ground Village, specifically. Livingston Sargent. I know. I have a cousin that's working in the studio there with Jamster.
That's Trent.
I've learned recently. Trent Sargent.
Yes.
That's my first cousin. Jamster. You know what I mean? But one of these days I'll get to talk to you. One of these days I'll get to talk to you behind the scenes, so you can get to know who I am.
Okay.
You know, I grew up there in Cotton Ground Village, and
I'm not from Nevis though.
I grew up. What was that?
No, I'm saying I'm not from Nevis, but okay.
Yeah, I know, but you're very well connected to Nevis. I can see that. I heard that recently.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, big up yourself and your family, man. Your immediate family from Nevis, right?
He got you.
Yeah.
He got you.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. You're doing better than me, man.
Small world.
But anyway, I want to acknowledge my second cousin, Psyche Southwell.
Nice.
That's my second cousin, man.
Small
And
world.
to see that she has put on that lecture last night, I really want to acknowledge her. And one of these days, I'm going to get in touch with her too, because our families are separated, and you know we need to get reconnected, man.
See if you
So
can
my
get to
cousin
listen to
Trent
the lecture. See if you can tune in and get a recording.
Yeah, I already saved the link. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go back and
it
look at
was
this
mind
morning.
blowing. You'll be pleasantly surprised. It was mind blowing.
And that's why I'm calling in this morning, man, to firstly acknowledge her as a family member, because, you know, it's an appeal. It's an appeal that she has put out to get the Federation up to speed and up to date.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Everything, all the departments demonstrate St. Nevis, it has to get digitalized, man.
Yes.
And then certain things they're not working on, but the PSs in these departments, they're the ones going to have to do this work. So the whole system can be changed, the judicial system and everything else. You know, me, I have a personal appeal in communication. You know, every elder person, at least, even in the Federation, right? You know, somebody have to teach these persons how to use these smartphones. You know, the phone companies now should have, you know, like events or seminars, like to teach people who don't know how to operate these phones and stuff.
Brilliant idea.
So everybody in St. Nevis can get caught up with this stuff.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
communicating right now by WhatsApp is more effective than a person calling a landline. So everybody in St. Nevis, I want to just put this out there, like, you know, there's persons in St. Nevis that I want to communicate with, but I having a difficulty because these guys, they don't have WhatsApp phones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's still some people who have pages on their waist, walking around with pages. You know, this stuff got to get changed. Like, everything got to get changed across the board. The mentality of the people has to change. If we don't change the mentality of the people, we're going to be stuck in our old ways and stuff like that.
Exactly.
We have to get caught up, man. And this event last night is appealing to all of these situations. You know, and if these guys are sitting there and people like Miss Southwell has put on this lecture last night, and you don't gravitate and get what these people are saying,
Okay, caller.
I don't see how we're gonna advance, man.
Okay, yeah. Caller, we have another. We
Awesome.
have another caller.
Thank you
we
so
wanna
much
take.
for your call.
Oh yeah, thanks for your call. I hope
Okay,
you have a great day.
lecture series
Nice
last night,
meeting
and you guys
you.
keep up the good
Okay.
work.
Yes,
Great, yeah,
have a
thank
good
Same here,
one
man.
today.
Keep up the good work.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, caller. Okay,
So, it's funny that he said that.
Yeah.
Because a elder woman, mature woman, I want to be politically correct, stood up and actually said that to Psyche, because when they opened the question, the floor to the audience to ask questions, she said, what would you say to older folks that like to say, I too old to learn that, my head hard, I this, da, da, da. Like, how do you get them to come over? And you know what she said? Henry Kissinger apparently has a TikTok.
Really, he's like
This man is almost 100.
Yeah.
And TikTok recently came out. So it shows you that he learned to use it and he's on it now. So nobody has an excuse after that.
Okay, caller, go right ahead. Okay, yeah. So that's definitely
It's the local
a
lines.
local line now. Hello.
All of
Okay.
them? 466 and 662 and 762?
Yeah, because it seems I've noticed when we have the problems, the overseas lines always work. So,
Oh, wow. That's
so
sad.
that means 466, 762, and 662 are the ones that need to be. Look, so Sharina said she's gonna have the guy come today again.
Yay.
Apparently, she's been trying to reach him, and
Okay.
yeah. So hopefully he'll come today and get this sorted out.
Yeah, but he made a very good point, because what's the point in having your and that ties right back into what Psyche said. Use size as your strength. We are small enough for everybody to be able to not only learn this but have access to it. So what's the point in having the computers when you don't know how to use it, right? Because she alluded to, she said when she was a professor at one of the universities, the entire population of the university was more than the population of St. Kitts and Nevis combined. And if they wanted to reach out to their students, they could get that done in a day. That means the technology was there and they implemented it. So why are we not doing
That's
that
crazy.
here?
Which university? She didn't say yesterday.
Let's see. She went to Midwestern, but she taught at University of Kentucky Center for Poverty
Okay.
Research and Washington's University Center for Social Development. So she
Okay.
taught at two different universities.
And
And
Midwestern is where she went. Okay, I
Right.
did remember that bit from
Right.
when I read the fashion thing. I think it was last year.
Right.
Yeah.
But when she said that, I was like, wow. But let me tell you, these young people, you gotta love them. One of them got up and she said, I'm here not really with a question, but more of like a plea. I'm asking if the Honorable Dr. Drew can make sure that internet is available in all of the schools. You should have heard the audience. I was like, bold.
So
Because so then Psyche was like, are you saying that the schools don't have internet? And she's like standing right in front of Dr. Drew, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happening here tonight? But I'm glad she said that, because why have the technology there and not be able to use it? Why give them laptops but then they can't use the internet? Not in this day and age when you can use GPT chat, because one of them actually said that they
Chat
use
GPT,
chat GPT
Yeah.
to do physics the day before.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Island T, you're on.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, nice.
Good morning.
Okay. Hey, go ahead. Go
This
ahead.
is a local call?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Can you tell us what number you called? Sorry.
No.
No.
This is not a local.
No. Oh,
it's
it's
not a
not. This
local
is
call.
so. This is using overseas exchange.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me switch the conversation a bit back to Monday.
Okay.
the lecture.
I remember Candisie made a statement that they took way out school. I'm wondering, where did that happen?
It took what?
Prayer.
Oh, prayer. Oh, really?
Yeah,
that-
you said they did.
Not in St. Kitts. I said when I went to school, we would do assembly and we would have a little worship session. We would sing the anthem, and I don't even know that still happens in schools. Meaning, do they still have assembly? Do they still do a little worship session? Do they still sing the anthem? Like, is this something that we're still promoting and pushing in schools?
I understand what you're saying, but the comment was that they took pray out of school.
I can't
Which
make such a
country were
comment
you
because
referring
I don't go to school. I don't have anybody in school that I can get that information from. So I can't make a sweeping statement like that. What I said is exactly what I just repeated, that when I was in school, these are things that we did, and I'm wondering if it's things that still happen in school. So if I did by perchance say that they took it out, that would have definitely been a stretch and a misstatement because I have no evidence of that.
Okay, because I wanted to know which country you were referring to.
I live in St. Kitts Nevis.
But normally people say, well, they refer to America.
Well, I know in
that
America they did that, but I can't say that for St. Kitts. I have no proof that they took prayer out of school in St. Kitts.
But that is not correct either.
Okay.
What they did, what the Supreme Court did, was rule that the administrators, the head teacher, whatever you call it, cannot lead the school into prayer because of different religion. But you could go in a room, auditorium, and the individual can pray. But the administrators cannot lead because the administrator could be a Muslim. And the students could be any other religion.
You know what
So they would have to do it. They would have to do it individually.
You know what I find with a lot of these, let's say, first world countries, it's like they've become so quote unquote evolved and advanced that they do hair splitting where hair splitting is not necessary. I mean, everything is so nuanced now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Back in the day, we did it and it didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, you're trying to tell me the principal or the deputy principal or whatever can't get up there and conduct a prayer? This is ridiculous. You know,
It's crazy.
But I agree with the ruling because if I'm Christian, I'm a Christian, and the head teacher is Rasta. What do you think gonna happen on the podium?
But the general words of the prayer, won't it be like for safety, protection, guidance? So whoever it is that you pray to, don't you generally ask them for the same things? Like you're not going to be saying rain, fire, and brimstone down on them. Like most of the times, the prayers are generally asking for guidance, protection, coverage, that type of stuff. So I think I see your point because you want to appreciate and acknowledge everybody's religion. But then to Jamster's point, it's just a general prayer. Like, how does this hurt anyone?
I mean, people are more concerned about offending man than offending God. This is ridiculous. I mean, come on.
And I'm going to show you an example. There's a church in St. Kitts. They will invite you to their church, but they will never come to yours.
Yeah, you're
And
talking.
it's the same religion.
Yeah, you're talking about the Jehovah's Witnesses. I know this.
But then it's your choice if you want to go now.
Hello?
It's your choice if you want to go, right?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and this is the thing that really, like for me, I believe that everybody believes in a higher power, right? Whatever you want to refer to that higher power as. So I would never call down someone else's faith because faith is something personal, right? But like I said, if you're generally asking for guidance and protection, you can say it to Allah, you can say it to Jesus, you can say it to God, you can say it to Krishna. Like, that's why I never really saw an issue with prayer. Then, when you bow your head, you're basically just saying, dear whoever you pray to, and then it's general stuff they're asking for, protection and guidance and all of that type of stuff.
And then we have to look at the basic reality in St. Kitts Nevis. Probably 99% of us are Christians. So the 1%, I mean, are you going to say, how should I put it? You're going to let the 1%
determine the rest for the 99.
I
see your point. And then I also think, I love the study of religion. So I've delved into it just a little bit. I would never call myself a pro, but just out of curiosity, I go and I research. All of them have one basic tenet, if you think about it. Love.
Yes.
And love embodies respect and everything else. So...
Could I get one more thing?
Yeah,
Of
sure,
course,
sure.
go right ahead.
That situation you had at the marriage, you keep referring to the girl. Who are you referring to?
You mean the person that so that would have been the person that I called at the police station.
Well, wouldn't it be an officer?
Yeah, but I don't want to call anybody's names or anything. So I could say the
know, I
officer.
didn't
Yeah, I could also say the officer. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you keep saying the girl. I don't know who the girl is. I don't know. Who,
I stand
You know.
corrected. The officer that answered the call.
yes. Oh, and one more. I keep saying one more thing.
Go
I was listening today's news Monday night,
Mm-hmm.
and her name is Morgan Thompson, and she was reading the she was giving the information to call the police, and she said 707. Now we know O is not a number.
Mm.
Now Jamster may say, well, in colloquial twang, we know what she means, but
Well, actually, I want to push back here to say that I actually agree with you. She should have said 707. The end.
oh,
Yeah.
thank
yeah.
you for that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thank you for your call. Thank you so much for your contribution. I sometimes wonder about the things that you said about the hair splitting. And it's a good thing that that person called, because now I'm curious as to if we still do prayers in school, and maybe somebody can call in and enlighten
Yeah,
us.
because I don't know.
And do we still do the assembly? Do we still sing the national anthem? I mean, it's a nice, short anthem.
Yeah.
You know, we
And
can sing it
sometimes-
at the beginning of school.
Yeah, sometimes you just sing one verse. You don't even have to sing the whole thing.
Yeah.
You just sing,
Do we still do assemblies? Like, I can't
I
been
think
out
so,
of school for
yeah.
a little while.
Yes. I know I had a comment made by someone in relation to the lecture. They said a great presentation. And they said I find the chair was speaking and mentioned every prime minister except Dr. Simmons.
That is not
actually
true.
So that's not true.
No.
Okay then.
The chair spoke about Dr. Kennedy Simmons. The presenter spoke about Dr. Kennedy Simmons. Somebody else, I think even when they had like a little reflections conversation
Okay.
with Dr. Douglas, Ms. Sharon Rattan, and Mr. Ed Mead. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was also mentioned in that. But the chair did speak about, because when she gave the welcome, I started peeking around because she mentioned him. She said, Dr. Kennedy Simmons, national hero, and I forgot what was the other term, and then she said his spouse and his spouse. So I was like, how
Okay.
did I not see them when I walked in? But I was kind of like to the
Oh,
back.
they were there.
I'm assuming he was there because
Oh,
she
okay.
addressed the persons that were there when she was giving her welcome speech. She mentioned him, and I was smiling because she said, the Right Honorable Dr. Kennedy Simmons, national hero, and I was like, did they add national hero to his title? And then what else did she say? First Prime Minister, something else she said, but she spoke about him.
Okay. Okay. So, sometimes the comments come in.
Yeah, no,
And-
she called his name.
Oh.
Because
I
I
don't-
started peeking around the room. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not seeing his head.
I don't think the person meant calling his name that he was there,
No.
but in terms of the contributions.
No, he was, and Psyche spoke about it
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
He was referred to several times in the night.
Okay. So.
Joyelle did too.
Okay. Okay. It's just a message that came in, so I just wanted to.
Yeah,
to
but for anybody who missed it, they can go back and listen to the lecture. You will not be disappointed.
Okay,
But I know
let's-
Joyelle, in her response, let me look at me
Let's-
calling her first name.
Let's squeeze in
Dr.
a call.
Joyelle Clark. She
Yeah.
referred to him as well.
Okay.
Hi, caller. Go right ahead.
Paternal morning greeting.
Okay.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, keep it brief because we have
I keep thanks and
farm report.
Colonel Shy, to you, Jamster, and to your brother Azard, and to your Mother Earth of the nation.
All
Hey.
right, thank
May
you.
you all have a lovely morning, and to your listeners.
Yes.
I just saw that caller talking about some indication to faith practicing in the assembly, like something like that.
in schools.
Yes.
Okay, then. I would like to put something on that because I remember all up in this year, the Nayabing Tiakasiad, which I'm a member of, we went to some school to give some books, a Black Eye story books. And up in the school will get burned in Molyneux.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went up there, but I have them located in the Explorer Club group.
Good job,
building.
thank you.
And when we went there and then we delivered the books to them, and the headmistress, she indicated to us that she like us to come and give lesson words to the assembly at one of these. And I tell her we don't really like to encourage things like that because we don't want to impact our faith and others, not because we have rest of children that go to the school.
Right.
But the initial what we stand at is that we will make sure that we give books that everyone who is in the school partaking what the information is sharing about. Because when we look at certain things, we don't want to make people feel like we come to challenge anyone, whether they're Christian, they're Muslim, or Rasta.
Right.
We just want to make sure everyone have an equal balance in life.
Like if you're forcing it down their throat, right? I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
But it would have been
And
good
that
to
is
at
what
least
we
share
need
with
to-
them.
We need to stop that with the Christian domain because that is what they're doing to Rastafari children in the school too. Because you ask primitive, what if a Rasta is a principal, the same caller say, "Oh no, a Rasta is a principal and he's a student." What would you expect the Rasta to be talking about? You
Okay.
cannot put that concept on our people like that.
Okay,
because Christians don't do that.
It's
Yes,
9
that
o'clock.
is.
We have to.
Thank you so much for that input. We'll
No
definitely
problem.
touch it
Yes,
again when
yes,
we
ma'am.
finish with farm reports, so stay tuned.
Okay, let's take a quick break and come
Thank
back.
you.
It's 9 o'clock. And we've got Troy rearing and ready to go. And we have watermelons.
Found the sound 98.9 FM.
Enjoy your summer with the Bank of Nevis Limited. It's that time, and the bank has the perfect summer loan package for you. Take a vacation, enjoy a staycation, advance yourself academically, or prepare your children for back to school. It's your choice with up to $30,000 unsecured loan with an attractive low interest rate. Additionally, up to 5 years to repay. The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Offer ends September 30th, 2023. Bond strong.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Life is unpredictable. Don't miss the opportunity to provide your loved ones with the financial protection and peace of mind coverage they deserve with the Family Indemnity Plan from Kuna Caribbean Insurance. The Family Indemnity Plan covers final expenses such as funeral costs and outstanding debt in the event you or your loved one passes away for up to $30,000. No medical examination is required. Contact your credit union or one of their approved Family Indemnity Plan providers to enroll today. To learn more, call 466-9453 or 762-2973. Visit their website at kunacaribbean.com. Kuna Caribbean Insurance, for all people.
Your celebration.
Celebrate the savings with TDC Home and Building Depots. Shop in store and online at shoptdcgroup.com. All TDC Mega Reward members save 20% off selected items in various categories. Not a TDC Mega Reward member? You save 10% off purchases. Show your independence. Go where the savings are. Everyone's favorite retail store, the TDC Home and Building Depot.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
And it's time for another farm report. It's 4 minutes after 9 o'clock. Good morning, Troy.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Okay, thanks for
Good
the watermelons.
morning and welcome to Island Tea. How are
Morning.
you today?
It's the farm report.
Yeah. I'm in a festive mood today.
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Why are all the males wearing blue today?
Blue is the nicest
It's
Nobody gave me the memo.
no, but that yellow complements the blue.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, all right, I'll take that.
You ever watch Power Rangers?
Yes, of course.
So you know the Blue Ranger, you're the
Yeah.
Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, they were really doing too much with the primary colors for real.
Yeah, you realize. When you think about it, they had a lot of our national colors in it,
Yeah.
except the blue.
The blue,
And the
yeah.
pink.
And the pink,
The
yeah.
pink.
Oh, they had
Yeah.
pink, yeah.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, that was a time long ago.
Oh,
A
yeah.
long
Don't
far
age
long
me.
ago.
Don't age me.
If you're talking about long ago, you're probably telling me how old I am, but
Me
I still don't
too.
remember that.
Yeah. It probably was me and Candy's time when we were kids. Maybe Jam, so you're in that category too?
I mean, Troy is really a food ranger. Yeah?
Food
That's
Ranger.
really what a,
I
that's
like
really what a
it.
farmer is.
I'm
huh?
about to take that. I'm
Yeah.
going to take that.
I could say
So
good
tell
morning
us.
to
Tell
all.
us what has you in a festive mood.
Good morning to all of our super listeners. You know, we got listeners all over the world, eh?
Yes.
People listening to Farm Report. I don't want to call a name today and forget them, and then people call me and say, try
You
your
ain't call my name.
Okay, but
And people get very personal with this stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they take it personally. You know?
But today, as we celebrate independence and National Heroes Day, I'd like to celebrate the farmers, our real heroes.
Nice.
Yeah, today I just pay a little respect to those who come before me and those who in the field presently, and just say, well, when you talk about national hero, some people say unsung hero, but that's what they do,
Yeah.
the farming community.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, 40
Thank
years
you.
of independence. Okay. I could call more than 40 names, but I'll get myself in trouble. So,
You should have brought a list.
I started the list, you know, and for some reason I couldn't get finished. But right now, my mind telling me, as you talk about pineapple, there was this guy from Tabernacle. They call him the pineapple guy, pineapple man. I don't know his right name, but we call him Kep.
All right.
Yeah, that was a gentleman who grows pineapple mainly, so you could get pineapple from him all year round. Yes, from since he passed, the pineapple industry probably gone down.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Legacy Azard. Legacy planning.
Yeah.
yeah, so I just have people like kept in mind. Yeah, and
May he rest in peace.
yes. And that's in Tabernacle. I could go up to Molyneux's area, and you have people like John and Debbie Davis. They actually in the field today, and they actually have a next generation with them.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so you see, those are people who toiling for years and years, and they make sure that the legacy continue because they have with them their son doing it, and so for another years. And while we in Molyneux, we still have this guy. They call him Bako.
No way.
Yeah, I think it's Selwyn Carter is his right name. He's one of the best when he come around growing cabbage. When that guy put a cabbage seed, you know, that just come clean and nice. One of the best in St. Kitts when he come around growing cabbage.
Green thumb.
Yeah. And while we're in that area, I will go to Phillips's. And that brings me to the late John Percival. They call him John Pussy. He has raised all his children and them from the farm.
Wow.
Actually,
May he rest in peace.
Actually, back in the day, he could have sent children to convent school from the farm. You know? And his son actually pick up from him. So his legacy continue. Yeah. So
I love to hear it.
yeah, and Well, in the area, you could just think about, let's say, Mr. Armstrong.
That's my friend. I stalk that man for Spice Guavas every year.
Right. And you know, Armstrong in it for almost maybe 40 years or more. And still going.
He used to sell some pineapple out of this world.
Right.
Like, I swear this pineapple was grown in honey. I'm not even a pineapple fan, and I used to buy the pineapple and just devour it.
You know, just recently I realized the health benefits of pineapple, so I started to eat it.
Yes, sir. That's why I started eating it too.
Yeah, so we have some farmers who really dedicate their life to feeding the nation. So as we celebrate independence and national heroes, there are many people who I want to hold up.
Thank you.
And celebrate with independence.
I love this gesture.
Yeah, I have in mind this guy who used to have some cattle over the peninsula. They call him Reggae Walks.
You know, those cattle have been missing for a little while.
Yes, he had been relocated to Half-a-Tree.
Okay.
Yeah, but that guy made sure we get protein. He had the cattle, the sheep, and the goat. And he down Half-a-Tree now. And when we down that area there, there's this guy they call Fighting Cock.
The names are killing me.
I don't know the right name, but that's what we call him. But, and that guy, he talk about beef.
Local beef.
Local beef. Those are the guys who you can count on. If you think about beef, you just call upon these guys and you know they're going to carry the animal and you could get beef. You know?
Why is it beef? Why is beef always so expensive in St. Kitts? I mean, even the domestic
Supply
beef.
and demand, sir.
Well, I mean, we local beef, you remember, you take nearly a year or two years to raise the cattle too, you know. You ain't like them, you inject and they blow up in 6 months. Our beef are grass-fed.
Grass-fed organic.
Yeah, so it might take you 3 years before you could actually get something from it. So that's something like that.
And then we don't have the economies of scale to maybe bring the, like, you know, if we had way more, then maybe the price would come down a little bit. Yeah.
But, you know, Segway, you know he's obsessed with
beef.
Yeah,
he likes beef.
Brisket, steak.
He want even grilled beef on display.
Try do not listen to these people.
Well, as long as it's grass-fed beef, you'll be okay. And get away from the chemical beef.
I don't know if you like ground beef.
Beef is
No,
beef.
I actually did ground beef. Yeah, that's what I did. What's today? Wednesday?
So while you were calling
Monday,
out the names of those people,
I did
Jams at
ground
the back
beef.
there making notes.
No,
He might
no,
ask you
come
for their
on.
numbers so he can
Actually,
call and
no.
get
Actually,
beef.
I was thinking no, because it's hard to get local beef.
Well,
No, that's true.
yeah.
That is true.
You will have to call up the abattoir and they will tell you where you could get the beef. They butcher every
How much is it per pound? Like
I can't help
like
you.
$15.
Look at this.
I actually want some fresh beef because I normally run a soup kitchen.
Oh,
That is
that's
nice.
Yeah, in the church, in the Methodist Church.
Good job.
Yeah, so we normally run a soup kitchen. I was thinking about fresh beef, and then, you know, I normally change beef, mutton, chicken, fish. And so.
You might see Jamster down there.
I know, right? So Troy is a nice guy. So my Rotary Club of Liamiga, shameless plug, yes. We are having a day, on National Heroes Day, we're going to the Sadler's Old Folks Home, and we usually go and provide them with lunch and other things that they may need. So I just asked Troy, can I get some watermelon from you? Can I, get the watermelon to donate to the home? I was going to purchase it. And Troy says he's going to give me the watermelon. So our old folks are going to have watermelon. Thank you, Troy.
Yeah, because I'm dropping for a plate of food.
We have enough. We're catering for more than actually there. So bring it on. Bring it on. Thank you so much. On behalf of the club, thank you.
I visit that event more than once.
Yay.
So
That sounds amazing.
Soup kitchen and watermelon. Thank you.
Yeah. You got to give back, Nothing wrong in giving back.
It's important to give back.
Yes, it is.
So we're still celebrating our heroes.
Yes.
And that led me to someone like Roland Mills from Sadlers. Since I'm a little boy and I'm almost 100 now.
Oh, come on.
Listen, no comment.
Roland have been applying the trade as a farmer. And today he's still doing it.
What is his main crop? What is he known for?
Roll and go almost everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You once ago you go down by the market, they call him Coke.
Oh, boy.
You go buy Coke style, you go walk away, you bag almost everything.
Oh, so he's mad talented because he grows everything.
Yes.
Troy, does anyone here grow grape or cherry tomatoes? Because I've been buying them a lot.
The small tomatoes?
Yeah, the cherry ones.
And they're really tasty.
Yeah. I know.
My favorite are plum.
I know this guy. He's part of the consortium. He actually one of the heroes also. That guy just barely break 40 and he almost got 30 years in the industry.
Wow.
They call him Hesman Henderson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He came here before?
Yeah, he been here more than once.
Is that the one that doesn't want to talk?
No, that's Calvin Percival.
Oh, okay.
That's the son of John Percy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this guy, Hesman
Henderson.
What does he grow? The cherry tomatoes?
I know he used to. I don't know if he's still, but he
making notes, Jamster?
When you think about tomatoes,
that's him.
You could call Hesman anytime.
Okay, I'll take the number afterwards.
He having a big cook up.
No, it's not that. I love tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's good for you too. So.
Yeah.
But if you don't have arthritis, don't eat tomatoes, If you have arthritis, do not use tomatoes.
Oh no, I don't have any arthritis. So.
I'm just talking to those in the region.
I never knew that. So I learned something new today.
Yeah, it's not good for people with arthritis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
interesting.
I'm just talking to them in region land.
So this is
we're in Saddlers now.
So this is Farm Report, the National Heroes Edition.
Yes.
I
love it.
I just want to pay respect.
Yeah,
to
that's
the heroes.
that's nice.
They're actually the one that we rely on for food security and safety. So we have to pay respect to the farm community.
So right now we're in Saddlers. We have Hesman and
Hesman from Saddlers.
Okay.
But he farm in Mansion and live in Cairn.
Hesman is all over.
He's all over.
Yes.
But from Saddlers we have Roland Mills. Yeah, Coke.
Do you guys? I always wonder. Do you guys take advantage of any particular microclimate conditions, like particular places on the island where you all say, well, this goes better here because of the microclimate? Does any of that? Does any of that go on here?
Well, I could recall on the campaign trail I was talking a lot about that, and the area like Phillips's and those areas, they are very good for root crops.
So I've heard.
Very, very good for root crops.
Yeah.
So you find the same John Percy and them, they used to go a lot of Tanya and Dashin and Yam and so.
No cassava? Does anybody here grow cassava?
I got cassava.
What?
You should bring us some.
I'm obsessed with cassava and plantains.
You know how to process it?
Sir.
Okay.
Have you forgotten where I'm from?
Yeah, I know. I figured, but I just wanted to be sure.
Don't remind him that you're a Kititian. No.
And you have like taro and so?
No.
But it grows here, right?
And Edo?
Edo, yeah, they go.
Okay.
But you see what happened? Because we're coming out of this heat, the heat will burn down the Edos.
Oh.
So you find Alcanons is a good time to start planting my Edos.
Because
so
it's going to get cooler.
It needs that nice, cool climate.
Yeah, as you get hot, you find Tanya and them will go.
Like I just learned from you that now is not a good time to plant carrots because a friend of mine was hunting down local carrots.
You put in carrots like this is September, end of September go back to maybe like December, January, latest. Yeah. So right now you won't get local carrots.
Right.
Yeah, carrots gonna take 4 months.
Okay. So, and it was too hot earlier to plant them.
Definitely
I never even thought about that. Like, see, this is not my niche, right? So he's in the supermarket hunting down carrots, and he sees me and he's like, I'm looking for some local carrots to make this drink. I'm like, well, I know farmers. Let me ask one of my farmer friends.
It's gonna be hard to get.
Who does? Anyone you want to highlight who does potatoes?
Sweet potatoes?
No, Irish potatoes.
We used to grow Irish potato, but the problem is getting the seeds.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The agriculture department used to bring in the seeds and distribute the seeds. We buy the seeds and so. Okay. But for a while they haven't bring the seeds. So.
Can it grow from like the little ants that pop up on the thing?
You could. You could get one from the supermarket and
Yeah.
you could cut it and you get more than one.
Yeah.
One plant, but to plant on a large scale,
Yeah,
that,
you
that
need
won't-
the
that
seed.
won't-
It's-
that
yeah,
won't
you
cut
don't
it.
have that kind of time.
Yeah,
You
that-
need the
that
seeds
don't
just
cut
to
it.
So they
sow
actually
them.
have seeds.
This
You know,
small-
it's weird. A lot of fruit we don't associate with seeds, but they
Seeds,
have
right?
seeds. Like
So-
bananas apparently have seeds.
I thought it was from the the carrots, like
No,
carrots
no,
do it
that's-
too, but I
that's-
thought
that's what we
potatoes
call-
grew
that's
from
what-
like the
Yeah,
eyes.
that's what we call the seeds.
Yeah.
You see, you went
Oh.
to you thing you put them to hatch. That's
Yeah,
what we call
and then
them,
the
seed.
little things just sprout out on them. Yeah.
You cut them, you plant them. And most people use the smaller one, them that are not so marketable and so too, and other things. But yeah, healthier the potato be better your crop come.
Of course, of course.
There's one thing that I noticed when we used to have the local potatoes. Like I bought a bag of potatoes 2 weeks ago, right? And they were so clean. Like I was joking with my wife, as these look like they were growing on a tree. Like they never saw dirt.
Like
That's how-
they say on TikTok,
that's how-
they went to private school.
yeah, because they were really clean. So I actually did mashed potatoes Sunday, right? And I didn't take off the skin. Usually I like to do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But the potatoes were so clean.
But we
that-
grow
so-
good white potatoes.
But,
you know?
Yeah.
but how do they clean them? I mean, and you see, this is one of the
Brush,
things. Yeah,
water.
well, I think this is one of the things that the local produce, even though we know it's healthier, people see it and it doesn't look as
Appetizing.
yeah,
Presentation.
even though
You know-
if you really know what's going on, you know it's probably healthier, right?
You know, one
But-
thing is because you probably go and demand somebody order your thing, but
Just pull it up and
put
you-
and go.
right.
But if you take time and you take out the potato and you leave it there to dry, you find it out and then come off so easy.
Yeah.
But then you have to wash them after that.
You could just brush them too.
Why would I get those? So
I have like a
clean?
vegetable brush. I just
Yeah,
throw them in the
brush.
sink
Yeah, I have-
and
yeah, I have one
vegetable
too, yeah.
brush them.
Mhm.
And I love that recipe. Like I usually, it's like smashed potatoes
Yes,
and then you
with,
sprinkle some cheese in it or some sour cream.
Yeah, remember I told you about that Icelandic potato
Yeah,
seasoning?
I have yet to try that.
Best Buy.
All right.
Yeah.
Sunday lunch is done.
You're not getting any lunch.
No, I mean I'm cooking it myself. I'm not
Okay.
relying on him.
No, Azard actually inviting himself.
Azard, I can definitely work with you.
Azard-
Jamster, on the other hand.
Azard has to go up to Freight supermarket to
Mr.
get some ribs. To get some,
I've been
some
promising
baked ribs.
to bring lunch or breakfast for us, and up to this day, but Azard, I'll work with Azard. You owe me
Thank you.
food.
Yeah.
Jamster?
As we were talking about, as we were speaking about the Phillips's area and
The microclimate thing and so, yeah.
the root crops, a gentleman just come to my mind, and we call him Weeks. And that guy used to be one the guy you look forward to for something we call kasha yam. I think they call him yellow yam.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one that Usain uses.
I was just about to say. I was just about to say.
To get some yellow yam.
Yeah, I want to believe it's the same yam, you know.
I'm about to get some.
We used to go Phillips's mainly for that yam. And so
Oh.
and that guy 80 something years and he still
Wow.
go up in the mountain and do his little thing.
Yeah, it's
That yam is
definitely the
preserving
yam.
him.
Yeah, so
He's probably eating most of it.
Right?
he can't farm on a large scale, no, but he still do his thing at 80.
I'm sure it
80
keeps him
years.
healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
And he walked like almost a mile or so before he get to his farm.
I guess it's all about the exercise. It's all about the diet, because if he's going to grow those crops, he's going to eat them.
Of course.
You know, and then
And
get
he gets
in and
his
do work and
exercise
so.
in.
Yeah.
So that's what we say, eat local, eat healthy.
Troy, on the same topic, I have a question here. Someone just sent a question. As you talked about microclimate, it came to me. With the advent of climate change, how have the farmers' planting practice changed? And how has crop production been affected?
Well, I could talk about crop production. If you go in the supermarket, that alone will speak for itself. I want to say positive to them, but they're having a night market for independence.
Yes.
Oh, they are? Okay.
I saw
When-
them
when is it?
advertising it.
I think it's Thursday.
This week? Oh, okay.
See if I
I
could
think
pull
it's
it up.
Thursday.
Tomorrow, Thursday.
I think so. I could be wrong, but you go down there, you hardly get any local produce.
Because
So what are they selling
you're saying
in
they're
there?
actually gonna have like some imported stuff in there?
I say it already here, and I need to be corrected. The farmers are not producing at this time because of the weather.
Okay, understandable. Yeah.
Let's say, as Candice just asked about carrots, you go down there, you can get a local carrots, and I'm sure you might make carrots down there. You go down there, you hardly might find sweet potato. You go down there, you have difficulty finding sweet peppers and seasoned peppers, right?
Wow.
So, onion, they won't be local.
Okay.
I know you'll meet them down in the market.
Okay.
Right?
But for tomorrow, unless it was added, I'm not seeing the
No.
No, they
Night
have it.
market
The
is-
night market is
on.
happening. It's been
Yeah.
advertised.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not on
I'm
the-
trying to pull up. I'm in this group where I'm pretty sure I saw it
Yeah.
advertised.
Oh, okay. So it's not on the. It's not the part
No,
of the
no,
Independence
Yeah.
calendar. Then.
That thing is so hard to read.
Okay.
though.
I think I saw the AG also advertising it.
I'm-
Agri Night Market. See it here.
Okay, you have it.
It is going to be on September 14th,
Just send
which
it
is
to me when you
Thursday.
finish, yeah.
Sure. Baster Public Market from 5 to 10. Agri Night Market, Independence Edition.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. I guess that came after the calendar was
Registration
out.
now open for
Yeah.
independence.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Sean. Go ahead, try.
So I was just telling you, to have the the night market agriculture for independence, it's not really, the question I'll ask myself, what is the objective? Because it's not going to benefit the farmers. You know? You got a certain time a year, it is difficult for the farming community because you cannot get anything well. I mean,
Because of the climate or just because
the
of
heat,
the
yeah, the heat. the
So
heat.
so wouldn't it be good like if we did seasonal? So at a certain time of year, you can only get certain things grown. So should the agri market be like a themed market? So whatever is growing right now, that's what we're pushing in the agri market, and then in another season we push something else because we kind of got to roll with the punches.
The agro market is just entertainment thing.
But also, couldn't it be expanded to include sort of like what they did on Friday with prepared foods and like
when
conky
when you go
and
to they just have things down there, people barbecuing and so all that just happen down there.
Okay.
But as I was saying, what is who you benefiting? If you're thinking about the vendors, as I say here already, put the vendors in a control area, and you don't have to spend money to have a night market because they will be generating business, and when they generate business, the farmers going to generate business also. Yeah. So if it's the vendors they're catering for with the night market, is the boats that come in is the big beneficiary. Whosoever bringing in the boats and the thing, they miss who benefiting from the night market.
So are you saying that people are actually purchasing this stuff from whoever is bringing in the boats and then going back to sell it in the agri night market? Crops?
Yeah. I will tell you this, and I know some people don't give me lash for this, but some people go into the supermarket, some vendors go into the supermarket, they purchase certain things, repackage them, and sell them.
Excuse me? But it must be cost effective, because...
Well, that's why I come here and I talk about the price. The price of things.
How does that work, though? I mean, how you buy something in a supermarket and... I don't know.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, for instance...
So then it's being sold expensive then?
Yeah. The reason why you see people say that we can't buy from local because it's too expensive. It has nothing to do with the farmers.
Troy, want to take a call?
Yes.
We actually getting calls?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
hello.
Okay. Here's another one. Yeah, it seems that the phones are back on.
Thank the
Farm
Lord.
Report, you're on...
Good morning, good morning, good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning.
I'm glad to get in. Here you are speaking about dry weather and all these things, right? But let me know, if the drilling rig stay on, why is it only drilling water for human consumption? Why is it they putting in 2 wells over there just for farming? Everywhere that drilling rig goes, it does the same thing. So then we have to look at what we're thinking about. I heard you mention from the lecture last night, looking back and moving forward. We ain't realizing what's going on presently now. You know, looking at 40 years of independence. Next week, Wednesday, it's going to be the very first day of the beginning of the 41st year of independence celebration. Here, would we reach next year, around this time here, if you understand what I'm speaking, what progress would we make? We the farmers, we ain't failing nation, you know. The administrators, you know. If you look back, the very first Minister of Agriculture from 1980 to 84, he's still alive. Oliver Michael Powell. But we come up Nako. From then until now, Timothy Harris was the Minister of Agriculture too. He had a pepper in Canada. The Minister of Tourism was trying to collaborate with the Minister of Agriculture in 1995 and 2000. He had tomatoes to go on the cruise ship. It never did materialize. He had hot peppers going in Canada at the same point in time. I was very instrumental in it. SSM, he had big money invested in it too. It didn't last a month. Eugene Hamilton, the Kelly farmers, go up in the mountain and plant food for monkeys. It's not the farmers. Because I have a lady down, it's Trinity here named Who could have planted better nuts than she. And she's almost 100 years now. It's like the farmers, they ain't doing nothing wrong, you know. What we have to need to look into right now, presently now, you all the way to bring back federation in a different form. Every country has its own prime minister, financial minister and everything. But the only thing we have got in common is providing food for ourselves, for human consumption and for export. We ain't realizing a lot of things, you know. As I say, try today is start to look back from the beginning of the 40th year. Next week, Wednesday, is going to be the very first day of the 41st year. We the farmers got to get down with the permanent secretary and the Minister of Agriculture because we didn't have a meeting before budget last year. We didn't have a meeting with the farmers before the budget last year. We're coming very close to that now. So we need to get together, and the Prime Minister, you too, need to come out and listen to we the farmers, because them two persons there, they running this agriculture right. I have watermelon. I got irrigation system. From since last year, all this time until now, the problem still existing. The permanent secretary visited my farm. As I say, it is not the farmer that the fault. It's the administrators. And we need to get to iron up together to iron up this thing. We have to take 2 days to do it. Upstairs Nemo office. And we sit down and we iron out this thing moving forward. Because in 25 by 25, the minister does not admit that it could only reach 10%, you know. If he goes to Hiway, because the thing about the building, they can't produce food in them, greenhouses them, in about mid-year next year. Because they're going to start to put them down till hurricane season finish. They're going to start month in November. So we have farmers out here. We could be producing right now, and we are not being able to because of who running it. They promised me some fencing wire and things. I don't care if I talk and they want to give me. It's up by the Prime Minister office I went for them to get authorized. The permanent secretary ain't want to commit to what promise he made. Be subject to higher force. Good morning. Goodbye.
Okay. Thank you, Kashroy. Have a good one today. I hope everything works out. Somebody actually messaged me to say that the government has actually invested in water for agriculture. So it's something they're actively working on. And it's from a reliable source.
Okay.
The government is actually invest. Well, I don't know. You should ask them what the investment look like.
Okay, 9:33. Let's take a quick break. Hear from Rams, and we come back with Farm Report, the National Heroes Edition.
Yes,
yes.
I like it.
Okay.
Farmers Heroes.
You know what I mean? 1998. This video.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Hey kids, drink healthy!
Reduce sugar chubby with the same great taste. Lots of magic fruity flavors, drink the more healthy way.
It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby, chubby.
25% less sugar chubby. Be active, be healthy, drink lots of chubby. Kicking, football, playing cricket, having fun in the sun.
It's chubby.
Reduced sugar chubby keeps you cool and refreshed.
It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby, chubby.
25% less sugar chubby. Jumping rope, running races, have fun.
It tastes so yummy, chubby.
Drink the more healthy way.
Fruta, fruta full of vitamin thing. Real fruit juice, not full of vitamin. Pop open the goodness, just dive in. Fruta every night, fruta every morning.
It's the amazing taste and quality in fruit juice you've come to know and love. Anytime, anywhere, any occasion. Fruta is your tastier, better, healthier choice.
We got the vibes, fruta. Real, real nice, fruta.
And for the families, remember to pick up the 1 liter.
And we are back. Always a lot of fun when Troy's around.
Nice to be back.
Because we're all foodies.
Yeah, he's saying because he already got his watermelon behind here. He all happy and so.
Of course.
He all happy and so with the watermelon behind there.
As we were talking about climate change and other things, it take serious thinking for us to really benefit from anything. Look at it. If we're going to put on greenhouses, let's think about temperature-controlled greenhouses. Not just put down a greenhouse.
Right.
Because for now, in the hot season, we could produce if you have the right temperature in those greenhouses.
And isn't that what greenhouses are supposed to do? It's supposed to assist in the production so that it makes it's able to create regardless of what's happening outside.
Yes.
Right? So sea blast, hurricane,
I hear what
unbearable
that this
heat.
she feel.
No, I like the whole greenhouse. No, I love the whole greenhouse idea. Let me tell you, I have books and books on it because I want to do one.
because the ordinary greenhouse won't cut it around
I
this
did my
time.
research on greenhouses.
if you look at this heat, ordinary greenhouse won't cut it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But if you got a temperature control greenhouse, you could turn it up, keep it in a cool.
I'm not going to comment because Azard fighting me down, but yes.
So I wanted, on this kind of, on the same topic. Is there scope for like specialty farmers, especially now we're talking about greenhouses, like where we could do things like strawberry, for argument's sake,
Of
strawberries,
grapes,
peaches,
Don't
apricots.
I think anybody got to take up that on their own. I don't.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just wonder, would
It's a brilliant
I mean,
idea.
would some of that stuff could it be grown at higher elevations without greenhouses, or
it depends on what grape. I mean, the normal.
Or like the berries
But
and so on.
they can. There's a group that I'm a part of. I don't even know how, but there's a group that I'm a part of called Backyard Gardening Azard, right? And we have somebody that has grown strawberries here, and if I'm not mistaken, raspberries. And in Guyana, they grow strawberries, grapes, and peaches. And Guyana is hotter because we're closer to the equator.
Yeah.
So we have absolutely no excuse.
I mean, I have a grape tree.
But then-
See?
Them
Yeah.
I mean, them grape you get at the supermarket. I have a grape tree. Yeah.
I'm about to find out where you
okay.
live and just
Okay.
pop up
And-
because
and-
watermelon,
he's gonna bring
grape,
some
cassava.
But the cassava and them on the farm. But the grape, they're a little small for now. I think with time they might.
Climate.
There's a guy in Sandy Point.
Tweak here, tweak there.
There's a guy in
Maybe
Sandy
I'll keep
Point
the tree.
in the area. I think down in that area where Socrates lives, if I'm not. Yeah, that grows grapes. He has a whole like hedge.
Yeah, you could.
Outside.
Grape could go.
Yeah, I went there.
Why
and got
are we
some.
not exploiting this?
And they're big too. They're not small. They're like the regular
Because you know
size.
how much grapes sell for?
You know,
You can't even feed your children
Yeah.
properly. I mean, I don't have children, but still.
when you plant the grape,
Yeah,
the grape tree, right? it will take you at least 2 years before you get proper grip.
Yeah, but we could start now.
Yeah, but
25, 20 by 25 by 25.
But can you sustain yourself for those 2 years?
No, but you're not growing it right. Like, okay, so you're gonna start out, right?
If you
You're
decide
gonna
to do
have. That's why you have
a
to
grape
diversify.
If you decide to do a grape orchard, you got to have money. Everything boils down to money.
Well, yeah, but I think some people have to have some farmer needs to have some, I guess, patience to wait for some of these crops that might take a little longer to come.
So that's where the money comes
So to your point, last night, Psyche, and this poor girl must be home sneezing because I've been calling her name all morning.
When it's Psyche, it's Candice.
Candice Psyche.
or
So
Candy.
she actually mentioned this last night.
Yes.
Because somebody got up and asked a question about, persons depending on the government for everything. And one of the things she said is that she believes in wealth distribution. What's the point in the government having the money and their citizens not benefiting from it? So if the government has, let's say, this big amount of resources, why is it not distributed to the citizens so that everybody is on a level playing field? I mean, you're never gonna have that, but then it would alleviate some pockets of poverty.
Well, it all depends on how you're talking about distribution, Because to just have money and give back to people is a waste of money.
Notice I said resources.
Okay. But I would say the government pay out according to them to payment of this dividend.
Yeah.
Over $40-something million. If you had put that money, let's say in the agriculture sector, you're going to be better reward from that money. If you had put that money, let's say in the health sector, the national health
Right.
thing.
So that's why she said, and I love the fact that she said resources, and wealth, because it's not only money. Because typical example, instead of giving somebody a fish and every day they have to come back for a fish, teach them how to fish so that they now become self-reliant. So when she said that, I didn't necessarily think that she meant money. Resources in the sense that, okay, you're giving them the computer, but can they use the computer? We're up in the hospital so that people can get better benefits from going to the hospital. We're maximizing and upping educational standards so that we educate our population so that they can now become self-sufficient, so you don't always have to rely on the government. But obviously, if the government is the person that is in charge of these sectors, they're the ones that have to distribute the resources and / wealth.
And then easy fix. If you're giving people computers, rather than implicitly encouraging consumption, you encourage coding. You provide
Precisely.
you provide the facilities and the funding, so people can learn how to write.
And she spoke about coding.
Apps and all of that stuff.
This lecture had everything
we
last
have
night.
to-
You guys
Software.
missed it.
We have to be more like policy driven than politics driven.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
most
Troy.
of what
Policy over politics.
Most of the decisions are political decisions,
Unfortunately.
and that's the problem.
And that leaves us stuck.
Yeah, but
40 years and we're moving forward.
I'll come
Hopefully
into
we'll
the
do
end
away
now.
with it.
We have here, you saying it's Farmers Cooperative Society.
Did you bring more tickets to sell? Because I got one already last week.
I'm not selling it. I'm just advertising. They're having a Heroes Day breakfast.
Yes.
We got tickets last week.
Yeah, and it's $25 for ticket. Right?
Can I see it so I can help you announce?
So how's that gonna work? So at the same time that they would have the had the thing up there, they're gonna have the.
If you look at your ticket, he probably done show away the ticket.
No.
It begins at 6 a.m. and it wraps up at 10. So you have no excuse. You have enough time to go to all the other activities that are happening, because I was told, because I said to Mr. Morton, I said, I have an event that day. He said, this is 6 a.m. You can come to this one first.
That's an ungodly hour to wake up, though.
But then it's at the National Heroes Park.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That was the first thing that I thought about
Just
when he
collect
gave
your
us.
breakfast and then go back to bed.
Someone said that there seemed to be something now at National Heroes Park that might not have been their plan before. So seeing this ticket here now, I'm thinking that because this was planned before, and if something is happening at National Heroes Park now.
What time is it happening?
I think it's supposed to be happening at 8.
Oh, well, it's big enough.
I
don't know what you want me to say.
I don't know. You have enough space. But
We
it'd be
can do two
kind
things at
of
once.
unseemly though to have like this dignified thing.
But
in
you're
there.
gonna be hungry at 8 o'clock.
Well,
Go
yeah,
buy your
but-
breakfast.
I don't know.
But if there is something at National Heroes Park, because it wasn't on the Independence calendar, the poster, but if there is something there, it would be a good opportunity after persons finish,
6 to
you
10.
know.
But
to
you know,
have breakfast there.
normally when they do them things, just got a little refreshment after, so.
Right?
I don't
So-
know if you breakfast myself.
That's right, Troy. That's right.
That was the other thing I was wondering too, because we still weren't clear on
Breakfast
whether
about
there
to
was
sell.
going to be the normal thing there. So then I was saying, well, would this probably?
No, he's
might-
saying that he doesn't know if breakfast will sell.
They're gonna
because
be
they-
hungry. Can you actually sit there, smell something, and not
No, I
go
think
right
what
to
Troy
eat?
is saying there's usually refreshments after the activity, so
right.
it might affect the breakfast.
Yeah, it might.
Or the refreshments. Have you seen conditions in food? Nobody gonna be affected. So the
No,
thing,
no, no, no.
this starts from 6 and it wraps up at 10. That other thing starts at 8. So come in early, grab your breakfast, go to do your thing at 8, and then when you're leaving, you could like your refresh. I don't know.
If it's a kitchen,
Let's be optimistic. Tell them like you
But
know
remember-
how we behave for food.
But one is at a sale and one will be given free. But I
After the event though.
But that's
You ain't getting it before the
but-
event. So if you're that hungry, you're
But-
gonna buy it.
But that alone is the assumption, because we don't even know if they're going to be
I
refreshments
don't have
after.
a clue what's happening.
Yeah.
But I know that the
definitely-
St. Kitts Farmers
yes.
Cooperative Society Limited
It's gonna have
has
breakfast.
a Heroes Breakfast.
Yes.
And it's Saturday, 16th of September, 2023 at National Heroes Park, Connery, St. Kitts. And it starts at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the tickets cost only $25.
Only $25.
Only $25.
A nice breakfast.
So.
Eat local.
Stay healthy.
I don't know if I forget any other hero, but I mean every day, somebody's a hero.
I agree.
Every day, somebody gonna.
You're
do
ours
something.
today. Definitely with that present.
Thank you so much, Troy.
And it's not because of the present. I love the fact that you took time out to highlight your other, your colleagues, your fellow farmers.
Yeah.
That was very nice. So thank you so much for coming in today. Kudos to everybody that goes out there and secures our food.
Yes.
I hope that the weather continues
food
to
security
cooperate with you
officers.
guys. Yes, food rangers, right?
You know, the heat still there, you know.
Yeah, I hope the weather continues
And
to.
it will have a negative effect on.
We've been getting a little showers of blessing every now and then, but not enough, right?
Maybe in Boston area.
Uh-oh. Oops. All right, we'll keep praying for you.
Not
Thank
with-
you so
not with the
much.
bunch of farming thing. And
Uh-oh.
thanks Win FM once again for hosting us. We really appreciate it.
Awesome.
No problem.
See you next
So-
week. Actually, see you on Saturday.
No. You see me before.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I want you to be able to cut up your mail.
Yes. Thank
Awesome.
you. The Rotary Club of Liamega thanks you.
So, guys, we're going to take a short break. So, I'm going to get back to you.
Okay, Troy.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere.
Natural hazards and disasters are all around us. They can affect us by day or by night, when we're at work and even at play. Tell me, would you know what to do if the earth starts to quake or the mountains erupt? Well, the best thing to do is to educate yourself on what to do before, during, and after. Your local disaster office can help you with that. Do you have a family plan? If not, please get one. It can save your life and lives of those you love. Community resilience starts with you and me, so do your part to ensure safety.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people, Rams. When you need better service,
We have 11 minutes left on Island Tea.
Right.
So,
Yes.
guys, the General Post Office to reveal special commemorative stamp for Independence 40. So here it says that to observe the St. Kitts and Nevis 40th Independence Anniversary celebration, the 4 designs chosen would feature on stamps of varying denominations. So the 10-cent stamp would feature a collage of the Federation's 5 national heroes, while the 30-cent stamp will showcase an image of Independence Square. The $30 stamp will highlight the Berkeley Memorial, commonly known as the Circus, while the $100 stamp will feature the statue of the first national hero.
The statue?
The first statue, of the first national hero, the late Right Excellent Sir Robert L. Bradshaw.
This is an article?
Yeah, it's on SKNIS.
Do we even use those stem stamps?
Well,
okay, so let me back up a
well,
bit.
the sense one, I haven't.
How do they come up with, like, do they do like a survey, like a referendum type thing? And then, like, say, you know, like how the ECCB had put out something saying, like, vote for what you want under new money, because remember they're taking the Queen off. Did we do that for the stamps?
No, we didn't.
So we just, who came up with
I
it?
guess it's the committee.
Oh, there's a committee.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am assuming it's a committee. Well, it said the General Post Office is preparing to unveil.
Yeah, but the post office workers didn't come up with this. Somebody came up with this. And no, the only reason I'm asking is because, like, these are...
Like, the 10-cent stamp. How
these are
often
poignant figures, right? So you kind of want that because we use the $10 stamp a lot to get police records.
Yeah, the 5
and that has like a fruit.
It's $10 now?
Yeah, it's always been $10.
It's been $10 for a while.
Yeah.
So
but we use that to get police records. But what
Yeah.
does it have on it? Isn't it like a fruit or something like that on it? So
I think it's green, is it not?
No, it's blue with
the
orange.
The $5 stamp is green.
And the $10 one has blue background with some kind of orange looking thing on it.
something
I think
that.
it's like a
can't
fruit.
remember. Yeah.
But you know, the only reason I ask is because these denominations that are assigned, we don't use them. Like I don't even think I've ever used a 10-cent stamp or a 30-cent stamp.
For me, I've never asked for a 10-cent stamp.
Most of the times we purchase the $10. So shouldn't we have put it on ones that we use more, like, you know, more popular ones?
And
the $5, the $10.
I go for the 5. Or
And
the
the
10,
10,
or sometimes the 1 when you have to make up.
Right,
So,
right. Or like the 50 and the 100, even the $30, like, because when you have to do your passport, you have to buy stamps.
Yes.
So you buy stamps in those denominations.
So most of the stamp use is not even for like mail, right? It's just like for
It's for like
government.
Government purposes, like
your
passport, police clearance, court documents. If you have to do a search at the registry.
You guys want to take a call?
Sure. Go ahead.
Island Tea, you're on. Hello. Oh, hey, what's up?
Good morning. How are you?
You know, all is well. We hear from Bush Tea. Watch, you know. We talk about, we are listening from morning and we talk about the lecture and the appeal made by, well, good choice, just like the last one, good choice. So, we not get to make it, but we look on it and absorb it and take it in. Yeah. And, you know, we talk about that and the need for opening up the technology and making things as it ought to be, and the station not take no local call.
Drag them.
Well, the station it has
technology is acting up today.
Yes.
Point taken.
And you made a point and said, we are here from the regular caller.
And it's you I meant. You were one of them. Yes.
That should be, and then no, you see when these things are going on, you have to give out the overseas number, because some of us can come in for the overseas number still, yeah?
All right then.
But the phone's
Thank
clearly
you.
working now because we got you.
We know it's within the scheme of things, not the perfect yet, but we have tried to get it there. So I still, we don't hold it against you. Blessed love. Have a blessed
What did I
day.
do?
You too, hon. Thank you for calling.
Jamso is smiling. Thank you for the
He's
last
one
one.
of the persons I meant. I was like, I haven't heard his voice in days.
Exactly.
But remember Monday we had problems with the phone. So,
Gosh.
So yeah,
But
you're,
yeah,
looking,
so-
you're looking at this stamp. Someone, you know, in conversation had spoken about the Berkeley Memorial and what they wondered why the individual wondered why we are
Chose
actually
that.
having a stamp on that, because the individual said, you know, that was, you know, a plantation owner and everything like that. And if you're thinking about independence, where are we
It
going
would have
back
been better
that?
to put the national heroes on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's just my opinion, you know? Because you want them to get that promotion. You want it out there. You want, I don't know, you want it safe for posterity.
Another chain of thought is why highlight specifically one national hero on the $100, and
Yeah,
then
they
you
didn't-
have
yeah.
the 5 of them on the what? I think the 10 cents. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But on the 100, you only highlight one.
So he's highlighted twice. He's on the 100
Yeah,
and the 10 cent.
Yeah. So.
I don't understand.
And 10 cent, man.
And it would have
and-
been good to change the $10 stamp. I swear it's a fruit on that stamp. I'm racking my brain now. Like I'm gonna go check in my office.
I've never for me. I don't think I've purchased $100 stamp. I don't think I've purchased a
have.
30.
What was it for?
I don't know.
To buy your when you're renewing your passport, you have to buy stamps to renew your passport. You can't go to the passport office and pay money. So you have to go to the post office and buy stamps that equate to, what is it, $250?
Yeah,
$250, and then go back to the passport office, and that's what they use to process your passport form, right? So I would have bought the $100 stamp, would have bought the 50.
And squeeze it
Sometimes
one
you
more.
have to make it up with
Yeah.
the 30 and some others.
Caller, you're live on.
Wait, let's go to the other line.
Okay,
Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know, love and greetings again, brother Jam.
Okay, now please be brief. We don't have much time.
we don't have much time.
We're gonna be brief because this is something general you need to say. I mean, I have nothing to say. This administration is calling for pure confusion when it comes to, as they state in the independence celebration. Come on, put away your childish thing and let us deal with this as a nation development, as a personal development. Because up to now, I know we recognize our ancestors, them who paved the way for us. Those of the buckets of rising eyes, traitors to our people. Give thanks.
Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, someone has mentioned why we are, you know, putting the Berkeley clock on it. That was the person's argument that, you know, if we are truly independent, why are we recognizing
Something from
the colonial
and like this person
past?
just called, we could have probably put something from probably the Berkeley Memorial statue on one of
Yeah.
them. The monument on one of them.
So these are things I think,
See,
you know,
that's why I
sometimes
asked
need consideration.
Who came up with these
Yeah.
things, because it would have been good to do like a public survey, take a vote, see, you know, where these things fall and how people view them.
But my thing, and this is me, I'm thinking about it, and you have all the 5 national heroes on the 10 cent, and then you only highlight one on the 100. Is it that among national heroes there's an ultimate national hero?
I just want to know
I
what we're
don't
using
know.
the 10 cent for. Because I've never used it in my life. And I've bought tons of stamp in my days.
Yes.
I guess stamp collectors will want to thing it.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
confused
That's what I was-
as
yeah.
to, you
Stamp
know,
collectors.
the process, the thought
Yeah,
process.
and then perhaps the choice, because
And the voting.
I don't know if it's a matter of production. Maybe I don't know what the considerations were when selecting whether the 10, the 30 cents, I don't
That's
know.
exactly what I want to know.
So my first question would be, what were the consideration? Is it that it would be more flexible, easier? You know, I don't know. Based on accessibility and based on how much persons are going to buy these stamps, I'm just going out there as to
What
why.
was the purpose of creating a stamp? Most of the times it's commemorative stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I can pick on the $10 stamp again.
They could have even
What is
done-
on that stamp even?
They could have even done coins or something.
Yeah.
You know, for the
So you
40th
could keep them.
anniversary.
Yeah, coins would have been more expensive, but nice.
But yeah.
So then, if you're gonna go the stamp route, which might, I'm assuming it's cheaper because you know it's paper, it's not metal.
But then, I'm thinking too.
So is it 10 cent, the 30 cents?
Are you going to actually use these stamps? Because
that's why I'm asking.
Because if you have these stamps and it's a limited edition, I would want to hold on to my stamps. I would buy them. I would buy them to hold on to them.
Yeah. So is
maybe,
it just for the 40th
so
anniversary?
I'm thinking maybe the choice of stamp was to ensure that persons could buy and just hold on to rather than it
actually
is done
daily use.
Yeah.
Well,
they
it
could
would be
have
good to get somebody to come and
could
shed
have
some light on that.
They could have had a commemorative
40th anniversary.
Dollar coin.
Because then, if that is the case, if that is a consideration, then you could leave the 10, which is heavily used, in circulation still.
Fair enough.
And then maybe the 100 isn't as heavily used, so you could have those. So when persons purchase that, you have the whole. They would hold on to it because, for me, you do those things so you could hold as souvenirs and have a mass production. Yeah. So maybe that's the reason why they didn't use the ones that are more often used. So that is my chain of thought. I could be incorrect, but that's how I'm
just assuming.
My analysis of it.
Until we get someone to come in and clarify.
But the press release was sent out, and the press release didn't indicate from where the decision was made. It just said the General Post Office is going to do this. So
well, I'm still looking forward to seeing them.
So if it did say who made the decision, then it would have been easy to pinpoint
to kind of figure out
and
the
then
rationale.
Try to invite them in to discuss. Yeah. But
if you're hearing us and you have that back info, please feel free to reach out to us.
See you soon.
Have
tomorrow,
a good one today, everyone.
Yeah, later, guys.
Be safe.
Okay. All right. See you guys tomorrow.